that's what it's about. They're trying a new thing for English 1102 students, so I guess I'm the guinea pig.
Yeah, Dylan, Kirby was saying that you shared your journey with the team, how you got here, your time on the scout team. I guess just what has that journey been like for you, and the why that motivates so many of these guys? What is that for you?
Yeah, I mean, it was hard my first 2 years. Not traveling with the team's hard to do, and just being on the scout team. I mean, we got a lot of guys that are going to go through the same thing that I did, and just being able to be like a leader to them and being able to tell them, I did the same thing. I mean, it means a lot to me, and like you said, part of my why is going through that. Just going through that hard time, being asked the question every day, like, who are you going to be, and having to answer.
All right, give us the lowdown. Tate at center or Jared at center. How's that working out?
Yeah, it's working out. It's working out great. I mean, I think we're going to be fine with Bobo, Tate, Jared, anybody at center. I think we're confident in whoever we're going to put out there from week one all the way through to wherever we end up in a playoff. So I mean, we're going to be. I think we'll be fine no matter what we do.
Hey Dylan, what's stood out about the way that Branson Robinson kind of attacked his rehab during last year and then leading up to fall camp?
Yeah, I mean, I would say just his mentality. I mean, he's got an incredible mentality. I mean, he was dealt some hard hands just with the injuries that he had, kind of being back to back, and there's a lot of guys that I'm sure on the team. I mean, me being one of them. I mean, I felt bad for him, but I don't think he had an ounce of feeling sorry or self-pity in him. He just was ready to get back on the field, and it shows. It shows in just the way he shows up every day. He shows up ready to attack every day, and that's just a testament to his great mentality.
A two-part question from over here. I guess in the scout team, you probably saw a lot of Jalen Carter. What was that like going up against him every day? And then part two, with your wrestling background, in terms of the toughness it takes to get to your wrestling workouts versus football at Georgia, how would you compare that?
Yeah, I saw a lot of Jalen Carter, and Vontae Wyatt, Jordan Davis. The list goes on, but it was tough. You come in as a freshman and play, and as a sophomore, and you're going against studs like NFL players. I mean, those guys are elite level players, and going through that definitely helped me today. And like you said, just having the wrestling mentality. Going through what I went through as a kid as a wrestler, I got beat a lot, as a young kid in the training facility I was in. So, and I knew that getting beat is how you become better. That's how you grow. You got to get beat. You got to lose to win. So going through that just was a big step in just the process of being a player.
Hey Dylan, y'all have a lot of new faces in the running back room with ETN and Nate and all them. What have you noticed from those guys in camp?
They're excited. I mean, they've Trevor's done a really good job of just I'd say becoming a part of our team. I mean, he came in to the room with open arms, and we embraced him, and he embraced us fully, and just his mentality every day. I mean, they've really all got similar mentalities. They're all attacking running backs. They're not afraid of contact. They're not afraid of hitting the hole or bad days. So I mean, I think just embracing each other. Us embracing Trevor and the return of Branson has been awesome. I mean, I'm really excited for him.
Dylan, Coach Smart talked about the scrimmage Gunner had on Saturday, and just a little bit about his progression to this point. Just what have you seen from him? He's now been here for 3 years. Just the progression Gunner's made.
Yeah, I love Gunner. He's one of my favorite people in the world, because he's just so humble. He's so nice, such a great guy, and on the field he really has a lot of. I feel like he's got a lot of poise. He's got a lot of things go wrong. I mean, that's football, and I think he handles it really well. I think he's very hard to shake or really hard to rattle, and he's just grown in that role. I've seen him grow, be more vocal of a leader, and embrace that role of being a quarterback.
Yeah, we got a chance to talk to Ernest last week, and he referred to you by the nickname of Pickles. Is there anything to that
Pickle.
nickname?
I don't know. They just took it and we just ran with it. Dill pickle, I guess is why they call me that. I don't know who started that. I think Mem started that a while ago. We just kind of took it and ran with it.
Yeah, I'm curious if there's anybody that you model your game after, or anybody that you study for maybe inspiration just to learn from.
Yeah, I mean, that's, we watch a lot of film, and I mean, Tate's been a guy that I've taken a lot of pages out of his book and put them in my own. I mean, I really love the way that Tate cleans the pocket. So, I mean, just little things that I'll pick people's brains, and I mean, we, watch a lot of Trey Smith and just a couple people around the league, we'll just pick pieces of their game and just put them in our book, and that's a big thing that I've enjoyed about having Tate in the room is I learn a lot from him. I mean, I ask a lot of questions to him. He's got a lot of answers, so.
Asked about your best attributes before you came in here. Kirby said toughness was the first thing that came to his mind. Maybe it has to do with your past of being on the not being on the travel squad and that kind of stuff. But I don't think you've missed much time or any games or anything since you've been in that. Is that part of it? Just and can you just talk about dealing with that? Because the line, you're constantly hurt. You're always hitting. I'm sure you're always dealing with something.
Yeah.
How important is it for you to stay out there and stay on the field?
Yeah, I mean, it's very important to just go and do what you got to do in the training room and take nutrition seriously. I started taking vitamins. I take like a whole plethora of vitamins, daily, and I think that gives me a lot of energy and just support, on the inside. And I mean, like you said, on the outside, it's just you got to be tough. It's gonna hurt. There's gonna be dings, bumps, and bruises, and just being able to play through that, it's just standard.
Hey, I guess Nate Frazier's practiced with you guys for almost 3 weeks now. What's been your impressions of him?
Oh man, he's awesome. He's got he's a unique person. He's got a unique personality, and it's awesome. I didn't really know him at first, and so he's got he talks a lot, and so when he first got around us, I was like, this guy is talking a lot, but just getting to know him more, that's who he is. And I think looking into the future, I think he's got a really, really bright future, and he's a really good football player, and he's got a great personality to go with it. And so I'm really glad we have him on our team.
Yeah, Matt Luke's now the offensive line coach at Clemson. He was formerly here. What kind of role did he have in sort of shaping your development?
Yeah, I mean, he did a great job with us as freshmen. I think he left in the spring of my sophomore year, and just the things that he taught us. I mean, he taught us a lot of things that for me personally, the biggest thing I took from him was linebackers. Like the linebackers tell you everything, and being able to read linebackers and read the field. That was his whole deal with us. Was he wanted us to be able to look at the field and read it, and him teaching us that before he left was a great detail that I appreciate a lot from him.
Dylan, when Coach Smart was in here, he talked about some of the younger defensive linemen in camp, had to go up against the ones and twos because of some of the injury issues there. Just what has stood out to you about some of those younger defensive linemen who, getting tested pretty early on in camp?
Yeah, I'd say a lot of our young guys have learned really, really fast. We've got a big portion of our team that's young guys, and I think they did a great. We took incredible leaps there in fall camp, and I'm just excited to see. We got a lot of guys. We got Nas. The list goes on about all these young guys that are on our team now. So being able to show them, their standard and watch them grow into that has been awesome. I mean, they've really done a great job of just learning all their plays, stunts, and blitzes, and they've done a great job.
When C.J. Allen was in here, he said in practice when the number one offense is out there, he feels like that's the best offense this defense will face all year. Mm-hmm. How would you describe how good this offense is and can be?
I think we've got a lot of potential to be good. We just take it day by day and try to grind on each other. I could say the same thing about the defensive side of the ball. I think we've got an incredible defense, and I'm really excited to see, the havoc is what Coach Schumann likes to say. I'm really excited to see that, and in the games this year. And yeah, just going against each other is a big part of just getting better, you know, and accepting, embracing the grind.
What is your relationship like with Michael Morris, and how are you guys similar and how are you different?
I think we both like to hit people. We have a great relationship. I mean, we both, you know, have been through a lot of the very similar situations, you know, on the team. Like, we both were on the scout team, you know, for a long time and had to put our dues in to be able to play at this university. And just, we respect each other. We love each other like brothers, you know. I know if I've got a bad day, he's got my back, you know, and I appreciate that all the time, you know. And I know if he's got a bad day, I've got his back. And I'd say just all of us on the line, we kind of just take each other's back. You know, if one of us is lacking in one area, we'll call it out and raise the standard. You know, and I think that he does a great job, and everybody on the O-line does a great job of just holding each other accountable and just being best friends.
Hey, Dylan, I'm curious, what's your absolute favorite thing about football? And when you're done playing in 15, 20 years, what's something you're like, thank God I don't got to do that anymore?
My favorite thing, and one thing that I don't like as much. God, that's a hard one. Right now, I'd say just like running out there in the beginning of the game is my favorite part of it. I mean, I love playing the game, and that is why I do it, is to play. That's why I put all this work in, and that's why we grind. That's why we work so hard, is to play and execute and do things the right way. And I think just seeing fans, bringing people joy, you know, seeing the impact it really does make, like in the community, is the best thing to me. You know, seeing the difference that, I mean, it matters to a lot of people, and seeing how big of an impact, you know, we can make is awesome to me. You know, and I'd say one thing I don't like, probably knee braces. I'll take knee braces and throw them away once I'm done.
Time for one more question. You were mentioning Havoc a second ago, and I thought about Michael Williams. He's a guy that can play all over the field, including inside. What makes him so effective, even at 265, when he lines up inside the tackle?
I'd say just his hand fighting. He's got incredible hand fighting. He's got a lot of tape on his hands during practice. You know, he's got a couple of fingers, you know, that he's had to work on these past couple years, I guess. And so just his ability to hand fight, you know, with what he has, he's just so good at coming off the ball. He's really good with his eyes too, working on his twists. He will, if he's in a 3-tech, he'll look at me and he's running the TE, and I mean, I'm thinking he's coming at me, and he's really picking the tackle's hip. And I mean, he just does a really good job with his eyes and his hand movement. Hand fighting. He's really elite at hand fighting with his eyes.
Thank you, Dylan.
Thanks Dylan.
Thank you all.